welcome you to Loeb Stadium here in Lafayette for day number 3 and game number 3 of the day, game 11 for the tournament. Your mic's still key to me. Greg Rakestraw, Chris Walker with you here on ISC, our IU Health, Arnett Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine pregame show. And we have gotten to the winners bracket games for this Sunday, which means that both these teams know they will be playing again tomorrow, or at least tomorrow, because if you win today, you get a day off, and you know that you are on at least the semifinals, and you will frankly be here for the rest of the tournament. You will at least make it to the final day on Wednesday of the 2017 Colt World Series. It is Bay County, Michigan against Upland, California. Alongside Chris Walker, Greg Rakestraw with you. All right, these two teams both with &Os on their record. California won on Saturday and had the day off yesterday. Michigan has had to win their way in back-to-back days to get here. So these are two teams that take a couple of different paths, but two teams that are looking to extend their stay as long as possible, Chris, here in this tournament.
Yeah, both these teams trying to make themselves get to the championship games, I should say. So this is a big game for both of these teams here. Saw Bay County yesterday against the Hoosier North team. Really had an offensive explosion and played pretty good baseball. I have not seen the California team yet, so I'm interested to see what they have to offer.
These are also two teams that have gotten outstanding pitching performances, complete games for these two teams in every game they have thrown so far.
Well, we talked about it during the last game, how important it is to not only win games, but try to win games while using as few of pitchers as you can. And it sounds like both these teams have been able to do that thus far.
California is the visiting team. Let's bring you their batting lineup for today's contest. Garza, Santana, and Cerna. Then Sosa, Mata, and Lopez Jr. Polito, Castaneda, and Garza for the young men from California. The defensive alignment for Bay County, Michigan. Our defensive alignment's brought to us by Ivy Tech Community College. Dorman, Prokopenko, and Birdsall in the outfield. Brown, Glish, Papashevsky, and Schumacher in the infield. Koffold is behind the plate, and the starting pitcher, Anthony Bernard, today for Michigan, looking for their third win in as many days. Michigan a 1-0 winner against Aruba, opening day of the tournament yesterday, or on Friday rather. Then 8-5 their victory against Hoosier North on Saturday afternoon. This game starting ahead of schedule. We've been moving at a pretty good clip throughout the course of the day. We had been concerned that we would be fighting rain showers throughout the course of the day. It is cloudy, it is cool, but so far it has been dry. And even if there is rain in the forecast, the idea is that it'll be rain that we can play through. So on we go. Strike one called. 1-1 our count here in the early stages of this winner's bracket game, game 3 of the day. Garza for the tournament, 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Curveball misses, 2-1 the count.
I like to see the home plate umpire with the balloon chest protector, and his strike 3 call, he will walk you back to that first base dugout.
High hopper. Fielder fires. Has it in plenty of time, and there's quickly one away. So Anthony Bernard, a bit of an easy tapper back to him to get his day started. Michael Santana now the batter at the plate for Upland, California, out of the San Jose area. Love these Astros retro throwbacks they are wearing.
They are pretty slick.
Michael lists the Dodgers as his favorite team and Manny Machado as his favorite player. Ground ball, shortstop, picks it.
Good pick.
Steps, fires, and gets him. Kind of used that glove to bat the ball up in the air. Didn't get it cleanly, but kept his momentum going forward, and they are quickly 2 down.
What he did the best there was he worked from the dirt up. He worked from down to up to stay underneath that baseball. And when it kicked up, it kind of tried to scoot out of his glove a little bit, and he was able to recapture it again and make a strong throw to first base. Nice play there by the shortstop, Gliz.
That one just a bit high, 1-0 the count. This is Cerna, the number 3 batter. That's in for a strike, 1-1 the count. Cerna for the tournament, 3 for 4.
The ball's hit well.
Sends a charge to this one. Left fielder drifting back, looks up, it's up against the wall. It'll be a stand-up double for the number 3 hitter. And Cerna keeping his outstanding numbers going for the tournament. He's now 4 for 5.
Now, that was interesting. That ball was hit really well, but the way the left fielder took off after that, it appeared that he thought it was going to leave the yard. I'd like to see a better effort. You got to go get that ball. This park plays really well in that area. So this plays pretty big, I should say, in that area.
The dimensions here, 321 down the left field line. Clearly, you see it's 368 to left center. 407 just left of center. 355 to right center and 327 down the right field line. Sosa, the right fielder, the cleanup batter. He was 1 for 4 on Friday. 2 runs scored and a bases on balls. This California squad beat Crowley, Louisiana 9-3. Crowley just beat Hoosier North 12-2. We mentioned the fact the winner of this game is on to the semifinals on Tuesday night. The loser of this game will face Louisiana tomorrow at 5 o'clock local time. That is an Uncle Charlie curveball right there over the top. 1-1 the count.
That is a 12-6er right there, man. Wow.
If it rains, I'm blaming that curveball.
I'm telling you.
Sosa. Swing and a miss. Good pitch combination. Kind of the Ephus curveball and then brought the heat right after it.
Absolutely. Nice sequence there. Let's see what he goes with here on the 1-2 count. Do you change the eye level? Do you go back up top with a fastball? Or do you give him old Uncle Charlie here again?
Ground ball. Third baseman makes the play. Perfect throw. Inning over. Pitcher getting some work from his infielders to complete the job in the top half of the first inning. California nothing. Michigan coming to bat when we come back in this winner's bracket game of the Colt World Series on ISC.
This is the dawn of an old day because AT&T and DirecTV are offering yesterday's technology today. TV from space. As long as it's not too rainy. Or windy. Or there isn't a branch in the way. Welcome to the moment no one's been waiting for.
The fastest internet and the best TV experience is already here with X1, only from Xfinity.
Wouldn't it be sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and sing about how joyful it can be?
I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Bay County coming up to bat here in the home half of the first inning. Let's bring you their batting lineup for their third game in as many days here in Lafayette. Glish, Kwapaszewski, Dormant, Koffold, Schumacher, Brown, Birdsall, Tomzak, and Prokopenko. Just roll right off the tongue, the young men from Michigan. Defensive alignment for the team from California, presented by Ivy Tech Community College. Polito, Mata, and Sosa in the outfield. Castaneda, Santana, Garza, and Cerna in the infield. Lopez Jr. is the catcher, and Robert Lopez is the starting pitcher in today's game for California. And there has, of course, been the fair share of offense in this tournament. Not surprising, but by and large, pitching's been pretty good, and the pitchers have pitched deep into games for most of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, the pitchers that have pitched deep in the games have really attacked the strike zone, and they've had a good sequence, a good mix, good fastballs with good breaking balls. And when you can do that, you're going to be effective at any level.
So leading things off will be Garrett Glish, the shortstop. He is 3 for 6 for the tournament for Michigan. 3 runs scored and an RBI. He is the shortstop. He wears number 1, so maybe it should not be a surprise. He says his favorite baseball player is Ozzie Smith.
The Wizard
Now, Ozzie retired before this kid was even born.
I talked about that yesterday, so that means his mom or dad or some family member has told him a lot about the Wizard, because there's no way he's ever seen him play.
First pitch fastball. Hits the upper reaches of the strike zone, 0-1 the count. Glish says the Tigers his favorite team. That should not be a surprise. Although where they are located in Michigan, not exactly close to Detroit. Bay County located north of Saginaw, east of Midland. Line drive, left field. Left fielder won't get there in time. Took the safe play, wanted to present it or prevent it from being potentially a single, and now the catcher was backing up the play. They throw behind the runner, apply the tag. Second time they got him. So the runner at first looked up and saw nobody was on the bag and assumed he could take a wider lead. Didn't realize the catcher was behind him. A little rope-a-dope here to get the first out of the inning.
Yeah, so base hit, 6-2. I don't know who that is.
So it is a single, but it is also the first out of the inning on the wide turn at first base. That's not the hidden ball trick. That's the hidden fielder trick right there. One and one the count. Kwapaszewski, the second baseman. He is 1 for 5 for the tournament. 3-run score and a couple of RBIs. And strike called.
And not an easy name to say. But I think after a couple of days, he got it down. Kwapaszewski.
Do you have your own catering service bringing you chicken wings during the broadcast?
I don't know where that came from, but I'll take it.
He went. That's the ruling. They'll tag him, and he's out. You know, on those 50-50 calls, the home plate umpire has to make that immediately so the runner knows if he can run down to first base. Kwapaszewski, I don't think, realized it, that the call had been made. And there are 2 down. The first strikeout for Lopez. And here comes Dorman, the left fielder. Dorman 3 for 5, a 2-run score. Has also walked a couple of times here in the tournament. And a swing and a miss for the left-hander. Dorman, a Tigers fan as you would expect, but also a fan of a Tiger in Miguel Cabrera as his favorite player. Swing and a miss, 0-2 the count.
Another very good player for a lot of years.
Yeah, Miguel Cabrera's career has pretty much spanned this young man's entire lifespan at this point.
Yes, it has.
He's won a world championship with the Marlins back in 2003, the very early days of his career. But has spent the better part of the last decade now with the Tigers.
An absolute first ballot Hall of Famer right there.
Low and inside. Count evens up at 2-2.
In my opinion, Miguel Cabrera and Manny Ramirez, I know he's a little sketchy with some of the PED issues he's gotten into, but those are 2 best right-handed hitters I've seen in my lifetime.
Of course, Adrian Beltre just a week or so ago made the prestigious 3,000 hit club. One of just 2 active players a part of that group, Ichiro being the other.
I think another no-doubt Hall of Famer in my opinion.
Full count now. Dorman line drive. What a
nice
pick by
swing.
the first baseman.
Yes, it was.
Did hit the dirt, so he's got to tap the bag, but that is the end of the inning. An outstanding defense all around in inning number 1. Scoreless in this winner's bracket game in Lafayette, and we're back on ISC in just a moment. When you visit Pepe's Mexican restaurant, you'll be greeted a fun, vibrant family atmosphere. Whether you're joining us for lunch, dinner, or a special occasion, our manageable prices and sizable portions of authentic Mexican dishes will guarantee you won't be leaving hungry. And as always, free appetizers for waiting, because that's just the way we are. So come dine in or carry out. Open 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. every day. Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, located at 2525 Sagamore Parkway in the mall parking lot, Lafayette.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Well, the fans from Mexico sticking around to maybe do a little scouting for further in the tournament. Mexico a winner in our morning game over the Lafayette All-Stars. They will play the loser of the next game here on ISC tomorrow night at 7:30 when they take on either the Netherlands or Korea. 5, 6, and 7 coming up this time through for Upland, California. Mata, Lopez Jr., and Polito. First pitch swinging. This one popped up. Third baseman and shortstop. Shortstop will make the play. And there's quickly one down.
Gary Glish, the shortstop, takes over.
As he should.
Yes, he should. Makes an easy routine play for the first out of the inning.
So the catcher, Robert Lopez Jr., now comes to the plate. He was 0 for 3 on Friday with a run scored and an RBI. So the Angels are his favorite team. Vladimir Guerrero, his favorite player.
It's another kid where...
You appreciate the history. I like that.
There you go.
Vladimir took to Twitter to congratulate Tim Raines when he made the Baseball Hall of Fame recently, and talking about, the guys that are Expos for life. I appreciated that. Of course, now Vladimir played for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim when this young man would be growing up, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Tell you what, I think my favorite Expo had to be number 33, good old Larry Walker. Man, I loved watching him play baseball.
I'm going to go with Bill Gullickson, who played here in the Colt World Series some 40 years ago.
Not only that, Bill Gullickson's a Joliet, Illinois native.
Sometimes I'll lead you into things. Line drive into center field for a base hit for Lopez Jr.
I mean, your sports knowledge is scary to me. You know that?
Means I have no life. So 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the second, and watch this good piece hitting. Just going out and reaching out that outside half pitch.
Just went out there, lengthened that swing, takes the ball right back through the middle for base hit.
So Polito up next. Says the Dodgers his favorite team. But Nolan Arenado, his favorite player. This might be 2. Bobble, they'll still get 1, and probably had a chance if he had looked at first. And the second baseman never really did.
No, you're right. Once Glish bobbled that ball, they almost kind of conceded a double play. He still got it over to the second baseman pretty quickly, but the second baseman there, Kwapaszewski, didn't really look over and attempt to make the throw.
Polito's not exactly maybe the fleetest of foot guy. They had a play if he had looked at first.
Exactly.
But they do get the out. There's 2 down. Fastball hits the outside corner. This is Castaneda, the third baseman, that is at the plate. 1 for 4 with an RBI. Strike 2, same corner.
Yes, it was.
Castaneda says the Dodgers and Francisco Lindor, his favorite team and player.
Frankie.
Popped up.
Good pitch.
Kwapaszewski, second baseman, drifting over, makes the play, and the inning is over. 0-0 through an inning and a half here in Lafayette as you're watching the Colt World Series on ISC. Thomas Phoenix
Lawn and Garden is your local Husqvarna dealer. With us, you'll find a knowledgeable staff that's able to provide quick turnaround service so your business doesn't have to stop. From zero-turn mowers to trimmers and chainsaws, Husqvarna has you covered. And with the fleet program, the more you buy, the more you get in return. With that kind of stability, you can rely on us for the long haul. Get your Husqvarna equipment today at Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden, located at 6292 West County Road 0 in Frankfort.
Throws for the end zone, man open at the touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott. There you go.
And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane?
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for Delasau.
All alone. Scott got it.
Great look by Coach to break down the defense.
Pepe's Mexican Restaurant is excited to announce new menu items to an already stacked lineup of authentic Mexican dishes. Everything from tossed greens with fruit to a Pepe-style chicken pizza. For you seafood lovers, try the shrimp tacos. For my personal favorite is the barbacoa taco dinner. Whether it's a new menu item or one of our signature selections, be sure to wash it down with a tasty beverage. Whatever your flavor, make Pepe's your stop for lunch or dinner. Located on Sagamore Parkway in the mall parking lot, Lafayette.
How's it going? Nice to meet you guys. I have these 2 laptops. We're gonna each download a TV show. I'm gonna download it on Xfinity, and you guys are gonna download it with AT&T Uverse, and we're gonna see who goes faster. Go.
Well, this is a no-brainer so far.
How's AT&T doing?
Struggling.
I'm ready to go. We'll wait for you guys.
Looks like we're gonna be waiting for a while.
Don't let Uverse slow you down. Upgrade to an Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast and save when you bundle. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
Part of the lineup coming through for Bay County, Michigan. Koffold, Schumacher, and Brown. 4, 5, and 6. 0-0 our score here in this winner's bracket game.
You know what, Gray, we go back to, you brought up Bill Gullickson. And the funny thing about Bill Gullickson is my dad used to always tell me the story. Growing up, I think Bill Gullickson attended Joliet Catholic High School, I believe, in Joliet, the same high school that Mike Allstott attended. But his senior year in high school, he's playing a game against Jesse Barfield. And Jesse Barfield has a big game against Gullickson, and that's how Jesse Barfield got his professional opportunity.
And both would play Major League Baseball north of the border. Bill for the Expos and Jesse for the Blue Jays.
You got it. You got it.
Bill would then play for the Reds after playing with the Montreal Expos. Bill was on some Reds teams that had this great knack of finishing in second place in their division. Great turn. This should be 2. Koffold makes the turn. He will head towards second. He'll stop right there. There was a leadoff single in the first inning that was quickly retired as an out. No such issues this time because Koffold is standing on second base with nobody gone.
That's just a pretty left-handed swing right there. That ball is perfectly placed, hitting the right center field gap. Leadoff double. Bay County's got something going here.
So Schumacher, the first baseman, now up for Bay County. He is 0 for 6 for the tournament with a strikeout. Trying to bunt this one down. Got it down, but sends it foul. Schumacher will be a junior at Bay City Central High School coming up this fall. In addition to being a baseball player, he is also a wrestler in his high school days.
Wrestlers are tough kids.
That whole making weight thing has always been a problem for me. Mason hopes to attend Central Michigan University, which is
Mount Pleasant,
just down the road from Bay City. That's in for a strike.
That was my son Justin's. That was our first recruiting visit down to Bay City to play for Coach Jaska there, and Coach Sanders was the recruiting coordinator at the time, Doug Sanders.
0-2 the count.
Actually, Coach Opaleski is the recruiting coordinator, but that just a really good staff, great guys.
Foul ball. That one clipped the catcher.
Wow.
And Lopez the worse for wear.
Yes, he is.
I'll give him kind of a minute to catch his bearings.
That's an interesting one. That had to hit him really hard to bound where it did. Hit off maybe a shin guard or something and bounce back out in the field to play like that. He is really limping.
Not Bay County's first trip here to the Colt World Series. We have seen previous teams of theirs.
Yes, we have.
Play here on a semi-regular basis.
And when they come to Colt World Series, it always looks to me like they eat different food than everyone else because they usually have some good-sized individuals on that team.
That's just surviving the winters in Central Michigan. Time is called. And frankly, these are conditions that both these teams can kind of deal with.
That's right.
You get some cooler days in Northern California. Temperatures in the upper 60s here today. We have been concerned with rain in the forecast today. Keeping our fingers crossed. We have not dealt with it yet. Just overcast skies and cool conditions. The forecast for the next 3 days looks absolutely spectacular. Temperatures upper 70s, low 80s.
And if you're Mason Schumacher here, you got to try to hit the ball the right side of the field. You want to get this runner to third base.
He'll roll over top of this one. Let's see another pitch. One of the better battles we've seen so far. Again, this is just the fifth batter that Lopez has faced at this point.
Yes, it is. And even that situation, I mean, I know it's tough to do, but now this becomes a team at-bat situation. If you're Schumacher, even on that breaking ball, you got to try to wait, and fight it off to the right side of the field. Just hit it on the ground somewhere. You have to get Caulfield over to third base.
This one bounces away from the catcher. It'll work just the same. So the count has gone full, but on the wild pitch, the runner advances to third for Michigan.
Now, if you're Mason Schumacher, your at-bat changes a little bit. You still don't want to try to do too much. Actually, looks like they're pulling the infield in.
Might as well with nobody else on the base pass.
Exactly. So now, as a hitter, your eyes get really big because the infield opens up significantly here. Now you just try to drive a ball hard.
Does just that.
But right to the shortstop.
Shortstop makes the play. No advance. Certainly no need to force the issue with being the first out of the inning.
True.
That is Santana that made that play look easy.
He did. The only thing there, if you're Schumacher, you're trying to get something up in the air a little bit there, but he smoked that ball, hit it right on the nose. Nothing you can do about that. Now you got to hope your teammate here, Brandon Brown, can get the job done. You don't want to leave this runner stranded. You don't want to go to a two-out situation with that runner still on third base.
Brown, a complete game one-hitter in the Friday victory for Bay County. Also had 3 of their 4 hits in that game.
Pretty good day.
Always better when you as a hitter get 2 more hits than you as a pitcher give up. Pretty good day.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're not going to lose too many games if you're doing that.
Brandon says he is a Tigers fan, but also a Clayton Kershaw fan.
Another wise man. Squeeze. Oh, outstanding play by California.
Tag is applied. They read that the squeeze was coming. And so the ball was thrown. Sometimes you'll throw right at the batter, or you will throw it outside. That way you have a chance to apply the tag, get the catcher kind of out of his crouch, waiting on the player. And it was a suicide squeeze because he was coming heck or high water.
I'm going to tell you, this California team is very well coached up and very well disciplined because I don't think I've ever seen that before on a squeeze play. So that happens all so fast, but they recognize it early enough to where the catcher almost kind of jumped out like a pitch out. He threw his hand up, and the pitcher was able to see that in time while he's in his windup and throw the ball outside where his catcher can catch it and then apply the tag. The batter there, I mean, there's almost just really nothing you can do.
Nope. That one sent foul. So 2 outs and 2 hits have both been erased on the base paths so far for Michigan. In my playing days, the code word for that was red. If you saw somebody coming from third, just yelled red, and frankly, the pitcher go the other direction. The code was hit him.
Exactly. You're throwing that ball high and tight is what you're doing. Like that.
Excuse me, swing. That goes. Frankly, I like that option better. You don't have to worry about giving up a free base to somebody that way, or potentially injuring a player that way either.
That's right.
Because I'm not sure, you just don't see that play that much anymore, but I'm not sure I've ever seen basically where the intended call was send him wide to get the catcher up and out of his stance that way.
Absolutely.
Strike 3 called and the inning is over. So Bay County gets a runner to third. He gets tagged out trying to take home. We are scoreless through 2 here in Lafayette as you're watching this winner's bracket game from the Colt World Series on ISC.
Hey, can you help me move?
Oh, you know what? I'm stuck at the office.
Hi, I'm moving.
No problem, sir. You can get your Xfinity services installed on the date you choose or have a self-install kit sent to your new home.
Thank you.
Finally get some help moving. Call 1-855-MOVE-EDGE today.
If Usain Bolt represents Xfinity Internet, what happens when we double the speed on 2 of our most popular plans? Meet his twice-as-fast brother, Insane Bolt. Now stream movies and shows twice as fast. Xfinity, the fastest just got faster.
Welcome back to Lafayette. Greg Rakestraw, Chris Walker with you here on ISC. Thanks to our tremendous MTC Sports crew for all the hard work they are doing behind the scenes to bring you the pictures however and whenever you might be watching this Colt World Series. Third consecutive day of 4 games of action on tap. That leads us to 3 tomorrow. A consolation game tomorrow between Greensboro, North Carolina and Aruba at 2:30. Then 2 elimination games tomorrow at 5 and 7:30. 5 o'clock game is the loser of this contest against Crowley, Louisiana. And then the 7:30 game tomorrow night will be Mexico versus the loser of our late game this evening, either Korea or the Netherlands. Of course, we'll have every pitch covered for you right here on ISC. 9-1-2 and number 9 in the number 9 position. That is the DH in Garza. Sky high pop up, right fielder heading out to grab it. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd.
Good communication there by second baseman, center fielder, and right fielder. Right fielder ends up making the play for the put out.
Every time I see these Astros-like uniforms, and I see a number, I try to think of the player that wore that number for that team. Is Terry Poole that's coming to the plate and then for the Astros and for the team from California wearing that number 21?
Wow.
It's Juan Garza.
Wow.
This one,
that's a
last to left field.
Great swing.
Will at least be 1, might be 2. Center fielder cuts it off. He'll make the wide turn and stop. Well defended by Bay County, but good base knock to the leadoff man in Garza.
Really good swing there by Juan Garza. Really nice play by Prokopenko to cut that ball off in center field and make a strong throw in towards second base to hold Garza at first base. So now you're sitting there with 1 out with a runner on first base.
Both teams have a hit in each one of their half innings so far. California's not gotten a runner past second yet in this game. 1 on, 1 out. First pitch swinging. Sent to right field. Right fielder backing up, up over his head. Carries all the way to the wall. Garza makes the turn. Garza will be waved home. Relay throw to the plate. Not in time. Runner tries to advance to third. Tag applied. They got him there. Second out, but the run does count, and California's on the board 1-0.
That ball is absolutely smoked by Michael Santana. shows some opposite field power, hits a double. Yeah, he's actually thrown out at third base trying to extend third, but he gets an RBI out of it. Actually, he slowed down coming around second base. That's the only reason he was thrown out. But, folks, that ball was hammered in the gap there.
Now you make the catcher make a great play, and he did.
Yeah, that's right.
So just credit Michigan for that. So it is the second out, but Santana gets the RBI and the double. It is a 1-0 game, and even though both teams have been getting some hits, this doesn't have the feeling of a game where a whole lot of runs are going to be scored.
I agree.
So Cerna has a double as well. That's about a 56-footer that hops to home plate. 1-1 the count. Look for Santana, give him the RBI. It is his second of the tournament. So Cerna with the bases empty. He will be a senior this coming year, will Cerna. He intends to attend California Baptist University. Good Division II baseball program out in the state of California.
Oh, my goodness. I believe the coach of California Baptist is Gary Adcock, the head coach, who coached me at Purdue. He was on Doug Schreiber's first staff at Purdue.
This one charged to left field. Left fielder backs up, looks up, bye-bye. Home run. Solo shot for the first baseman in Cerna. It is a 2-0 lead for California.
He can hit. He can really swing it.
Well, it's a big out at third base to prevent this from being a 3-run game. But California has their fans standing and applauding as well they should.
Tell you what, they better be careful. They're going to hurt someone with the celebration over there. I mean, that ball is just pummeled. These guys are taking some really healthy swings right now.
So Sosa, ground ball to third base his last time up. And for a strike.
Just looking at the physiques between the 3-hitter and the 4-hitter in the lineup for California, totally different builds.
Great play by the pitcher. Can take his time and does so. Throws over to first, and the inning is over. But the damage done. A single, a double, and a home run. It means it is a 2-0 lead for California. Michigan comes to bat in the bottom of the third when we come back here on ISC.
You have enough on your plate. Let McAllister Rentals' wide selection of equipment help. With an extensive equipment selection and experienced people, McAllister Rentals in the Cat Rental Store is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. You know we can help you with the big jobs, from moving dirt to getting you in the air. But did you also know that we can handle your smaller equipment needs with equipment like generators and water pumps? McAllister Rentals has made its mark with locations throughout Indiana and now Michigan. We pride ourselves on our reliable equipment, fast service, and knowledgeable people. Visit us online today or give us a call. McAllister Rentals, helping build Indiana since 1945.
Sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and sing about how joyful it can be.
I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
So 2-0 the score going to the home half of the third inning. Lopez for California has given up 2 hits but has faced the minimum number of batters. The opening single by Glish was then turned into an out as he rounded first. Koffel a leadoff double in the second, but was thrown out at home on an attempted suicide squeeze. So 7, 8, and 9 coming up this time through. Lopez now staked to a 2-run lead. And Birdsall, the right fielder, is at the plate. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, if you're Robert Lopez, you want to come out here and attack the strike zone, try to get your team back in the dugout to swing the bats again.
Neither team has given up a walk at this point. Lopez finds the corner. 2-1 the count. Birdsall will be a junior this coming fall. Liner, second baseman slides over, has time, makes the play, 1 down.
Good hands there by Garza. Ranges well to his right. Stays under the baseball, keeps his eyes under the baseball, stays low, makes a sidearm strong throw over to first base to finish the play.
So
nice job.
Tom Zach will step up to the plate here. The DH batting for the pitcher in Bernard.
And we don't think he's related to the former Bears quarterback, Mike Tomczak.
0-1 the count.
Is Max a gentleman that wants to be the trainer or like bodybuilder or something like that?
He is. Max has dropped 65 pounds.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is why his favorite foods are an interesting mix: chicken, broccoli, and cheesecake. Living in both worlds a little bit.
Well, we just had some pretty good chicken up here, tell you that much.
Now, we've established, do we know where that chicken came from?
I am pretty certain that's coming from left field there down in the Lafayette Jeff area. Bob Goldsmith from Crooked Sticks Barbecue. And I'm telling you, man, that is some good stuff. He had some pulled pork the other night. Really impressive. Look him up, folks.
Because we have established that we will eat it first and ask questions later. So we asked where that chicken comes from after the fact. 1-2 the count. Tomczak so far for the tournament 1 for 2. Again, both these teams know that their tournament will continue past today. Winner of this game gets tomorrow off and knows they will be here all the way to the final day at the worst. Their next game will be on Tuesday. Loser plays tomorrow in an elimination game. Ground ball, bit of a grass cutter. Shortstop. Took his time to get there, but had time to get him. Shortstop and Santana kind of had to make sure it was in his glove, but still had time to get Tomczak, and there's 2 down.
Well, when you have that kind of arm, you can afford to bobble sometimes. But he runs through, just couldn't get out of his glove, gathers himself, strong throw to first base for the out.
So Prokopenko now, the center fielder. Prokopenko 2 for 4 here in the tournament. One hops to home plate, 1-0 the count. Prokopenko will be a sophomore this coming fall. Says the Cubs are his favorite team. High and in tight, 2-0. Belt tie fastball, strike called. Now 3-1. 2 runs, 5 hits so far for California. No runs on 2 hits to this point for Bay County, Michigan. Sprayed foul. That'll run the count full. It is a day for long sleeves and sweatshirts here in Lafayette.
It is. And we have another Boilermaker that just entered the house. I believe he's the head coach of the Netherlands team. One of my former teammates, Mike Dersma.
And a walk. First walk issued by either pitcher today, and it comes to the number 9 batter.
Don't see that all too often, but we did, I think, see that. We saw that a couple of times last game.
So Glish, the shortstop. One to left field for a base hit. But again, was fooled, thinking he had nobody behind him at first base as he made a wide turn. Catcher was back at the play, and he was picked off. Lashes this in the left, but playing almost more of a shallow short than left field, was the left fielder in Polito, and the inning is over. We are through 3 here at Loeb Stadium. 2-0 California in front, and you're watching on ISC.
Daily since 1969, Haley's Lock, Safe, and Key has provided expertise and solutions when dealing with residential or commercial security needs. Whether you're looking for a safe, seeking access solutions, or in need of automotive keys, nobody can serve you better than Haley's.
One-on-one service and simply the best solutions we've been providing at Daily for more than 40 years.
Haley's Lock, Safe, and Keys. Call, visit, or find us online. 2 locations, Crawfordsville and Lafayette.
Makes the play in Puerto Rico. The celebration underway. They're the Colt World Series champions. Rounding second, heading for throw, heading for home, throw up the line, not in time. Running second and third. Strike 3 call. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2016 Colt World Series.
I would like to think of myself as being a specialist in farm insurance because that's what I use as a farmer, is insurance. Crop insurance. I know the importance of carrying high limits of liability. Price is important. It's got to be affordable. It's got to be a main part of my operation, operating costs, because I can't afford to have a loss without coverage.
Game 3 of the day here at Loeb Stadium. Alongside Chris Walker, Greg Rakestraw with you on ISC. This winner's bracket game, we'll have one more coming up following this one. The Netherlands making their tournament debut. They thumped Lafayette 10-zip on Friday night. They had yesterday off. They'll take on Korea, who won in extra innings over Mexico last night 5-3. That one follows this one right here at the Colt World Series.
And Greg, I mentioned another Boilermaker's now in the house. I got the slick fielding shortstop Mike Dersma sitting next to me here. Played in 3 World Baseball Classics for the Netherlands team. Coaching, he's the head coach of the Netherlands team here in the Colt World Series, and they put up an impressive performance Friday night against the Lafayette team.
5, 6, and 7 coming up this time through for California. And sitting on the curveball and knocking it towards left field. That's a base hit for Mota.
Greg, I tell you what, I really like what I'm seeing out of this California team so far. Really good approach at the plate. Pitcher Lopez looks like he's really attacking the zone, off-speed stuff, good breaking pitch, good fastball. They're going to be tough.
So Mata with the single. First time the leadoff man has been aboard today. Now trying to bunt for an extra one.
Good bunt.
Pitcher able to make the play. It was an outstanding bunt. Good recovery by Bernard to get it out, but the sacrifice is successful, and there's one down.
Yeah, he gets his job done. He gets the bunt down the first base line. Pitcher has to field his position. First base gets back, flips it over to him for the 1-3 put out. But again, your job is, you've done your job. You've gotten that run over to second base now with 1 out. Now you hope for your, the 7-hitter, Polito, to drive him in.
Just misses.
Just missed.
Polito a fielder's choice his last time up. Ground ball to the shortstop. That curveball is a beauty. 1-1 the count. We are starting to see the bats a little more fired up here for California. 6 hits now in the top of the 4th inning.
Swinging it well.
Good job of blocking the plate by the catcher and Koffold.
Really nice job by Koffold there, able to block it and keep it in front of him so the runner cannot advance to third base.
2-1 the count. Popped up. Popashevsky drifting over. Makes the play, and there's 2 down.
was watching that last play. You have Kwapaszewski and Glish holding the runner on second base. And when you're doing that, you got to work in and out. You got to have quick feet because you got to be able to get back and play your position. There's a lot of shortstop area and second base area open to drive a ball through when the way those guys are holding the base runners on right now.
That's in for a strike. Castaneda. Ground ball to second base his last time up. Says he wants to be a chiropractor when he grows up.
Oh, wow. Nice job again by Caulfield. Tremendous job.
1-1 the count.
Base runner there, Mata, had a really good secondary lead, and I think he was thinking about taking off to third base, but due to that tremendous job of blocking Caulfield did, he was not able to advance. Good pitch. Ooh.
Caulfield tried to frame that one and bring it down, but didn't fool the home plate umpire. 2-1 the count.
A good picture of Dave Coy over there umpiring first base. I believe the home plate umpire is Gerard Benner, I believe. Good
Curveball
pitch.
does hit the outside corner there. 2-2 the count. Castaneda 1 for 5 for the tournament with an RBI.
I don't catch how you roll that in there, Castaneda.
Well,
I like that.
I didn't take Spanish, but I see the little sign over the end, and I think that's what it means to do.
There you go.
So
you got it.
I hope that I'm saying it properly.
Is that the tilde, as they say?
Again, didn't take it. That's why I could handle the French pronunciations.
Gotcha.
Last game, that I took.
Gotcha.
Full count now. And for our next game, my Dutch is absolutely awful. Center fielder drifts over, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So California will strand one, and we are halfway through this winner's bracket game. California leading Michigan 2-0 as you're watching the Colt World Series on ISC.
The only way to get better is to challenge yourself. And that's what we're doing at Xfinity. We are challenging ourselves to improve every aspect of your experience. And this includes our commitment to being on time, every time. That's why if we're ever late for an appointment, we'll credit your account $20. It's our promise to you. We're doing everything we can to give you the best experience possible. Because we should fit into your life, not the other way around.
Every business we work with at Haley's has different security needs. As a certified Medico Security Center, we provide the highest quality products with affordable solutions for your business. E-cylinders fit into your existing hardware and are controlled from your computer. Medico Smart Solutions provide options for different employee access levels. Patented key control, loss and liability protection. Surveillance cameras protect your employees and your business. Call today for your free business security assessment. Let the professionals at Haley's keep your business safe with locations in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
A quick look at us here in the broadcast booth. Greg Rakestraw, Chris Walker with us here on ISC. Bay County, Michigan, trying to get back into this one. Again, they're not that far away. They're only down by 2 runs. They've had a base runner in every inning so far. And 2 of them have been thrown out on the base paths. And Lopez has been outstanding in working around those base runners for California. He'll face batters 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup this time through. Kwapaszewski leads things off for Bay County, Michigan. He was a strikeout victim his last time up. Count at 2-0. Kwapaszewski now 1 for 6 for the tournament. 3 runs scored and a couple of strikeouts. Ground ball, high hop, third baseman. Steps, fires a little high. Tag does get applied, and Cerna's swinging a pretty good bat and doing a really good job of playing some defensive first base for California.
That was pretty good footwork by Cerna over there at first base. But I tell you what, the third baseman, Castaneda, really did himself a tremendous justice by coming to get that ball, not letting it take that last hop. Because, again, at Loeb Stadium here, if that ball takes that last hop, it's going to eat him up. So the only thing he could have done better there is plant his feet and make a stronger throw. But, you know, you get the out and you coach him up when you get him back in the dugout.
First pitch rolled over foul by Dorman. On the first base line, count goes to 0-1. Dorman, a hard hit ball, but at the first baseman in Cerna that he short hopped and then made a play on to end the first inning.
And as I've said here, playing a middle infield position, even the corners here at Loeb Stadium, you have to make sure you're on the balls of your feet, and you have to go and get the baseball. Take as many hops out of the grounder as you can. If you stay back on your heels, this ball will play you 95% of the time here.
Dorman fouls it back, and the count goes to 1-2. Little high, 2-2. Both catchers doing their best to frame that, just to pull that down in the zone.
A lot of umpires don't like that, you know, when you're snatching around, but everyone does it.
That's part of the game. There's no doubt about that. Strike three call.
And Gerard Benner walks you back to that first base dugout on that strike three call.
Strikeout number 3 for Lopez. And there's 2 down.
Yeah, you got to remember the new politically correct way to say it is the presentation. You're not framing it, because that makes it look bad on the umpire, but you're working on your presentation when you're the catcher back there. That's very well done back there.
Swing and a miss by the cleanup man in Koffold, who had a double his last time up. You know, we've referenced, obviously, the Astros motif that California is going with. Let's not sleep on the whole Cal State Fullerton Titans script.
Oh, that's right.
They've got going on the font on the front of their jerseys. 0-2 the count.
You just don't miss it, Greg. You are on top of it.
Again, I have no life. I notice these things.
What is Fullerton there? Like the leather? What's their?
Titans. Cal
Oh
State
no, I'm
Fullerton.
sorry. They're Titans. It's who am I thinking?
Swing and a miss, and I'll give you this half inning to figure out what you were trying to say.
I can't think of it.
Well, we've got like 45 seconds right after this. 2-0 is the score going to the top of the 5th on ISC.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALth.
It hits the rim right as the light goes in. And
Hogan across the middle, finds the end zone, and touchdown.
Wow. Denard looking to throw this time. Going deep down the field, he's got Fusich. Look at this one again.
Time will expire and the Gophers will win.
Is on the board. The North wins 10-7. Back in Lafayette, top of the 5th we go. 2-0 in this winner's bracket game. California is on top. This is game 3 of 4 today. Our 4th and final game of the day will be another winner's bracket game, other half of the bracket. It will be the Netherlands versus Korea. Activity in the bullpen beginning to loosen for California. That is Colby Manning. Look inside the Michigan dugout. They have played well. California's had a couple of bigger hits, that's all. Been impressed with both teams so far in this one. All right, so you were contemplating the name of the best nicknames in terms of California schools. So you were triggered. The mind was thinking about what team?
Be UC Irvine, you said, and we said their nickname is what?
The Anteaters.
There you go. But I also got confused with our Western. Is it Western Michigan?
Western Illinois Leathernecks.
I'm sorry, Western Illinois Leathernecks. That's right.
Well, I've been to Macomb, Illinois, and it is in no way, shape, form, or fashion like Irvine, California, or Fullerton, for that matter. Curveball is in for a strike.
True and true.
Number 9 man in Garza, who last time saw one pitch before popping up to the right fielder. Outside corner and a beauty there. Strike 2. You've got your Roadrunners of Cal State Bakersfield.
Oh, wow.
Swing and a miss. They'll have to throw on to complete the outer, simply tag him. They do. And there's one down. And that is the first strikeout of the game for Bernard. And again, I don't think we have done enough in talking about, how impressive Bernard has been. Yes, he's given up 6 hits, but I think he's pitched pretty well in this one.
Yes, he has. 6 hits. Keeping his team close enough. They're well within striking distance. He's battling.
So Garza singled and scored the first run of the game for this team from California. He scored on the double from Santana, where Santana was then thrown out, trying to advance to third when the ball went home. Strike 2 called. Garza, a ground ball back to the pitcher in his previous plate appearance. Garza now 3 for 5 for the tournament with 2 runs scored. Ground ball, slow roller, could be a play. Second baseman in time.
Nice job.
Credit to Garza for hustling down the line, but Kwapaszewski able to take care of it, and there's 2 down.
Garza really hustled down that line to make it tough. Kwapaszewski stayed with it, made a strong throw over there to his first baseman for the second out of the inning.
So here comes Santana. Santana will be a senior this coming year as well.
Good breaking ball, just missed high.
The RBI for Santana earlier was his second in as many games here in Lafayette. That one hits the outside corner, 1-1 the count. Also has a ground ball to shortstop, does Santana. Popped up. Third baseman, shortstop, left fielder, all converge. It's Glish, the shortstop, who makes the play in foul territory. And for the first time in this game, California retired in order. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Bay County needs to make up 2 runs in this winner's bracket game. We're back after this on ISC. Makes the play in Puerto Rico. The celebration underway. They're the Colt World Series champions. Strike 3 call. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2016 Colt World
Series. Can you help me move?
Oh, you know what? I'm stuck at the office.
Hi, I'm moving.
No problem, sir. You can get your Xfinity services installed on the date you choose or have a self-install kit sent to your new home.
Thank you.
Finally get some help moving. Call 1-855-MOVE-EDGE today.
If Usain Bolt represents Xfinity Internet, what happens when we double the speed on 2 of our most popular plans? Meet his twice as fast brother, Insane Bolt. Now stream movies and shows twice as fast. Xfinity, the fastest just got faster.
Wouldn't it be sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Upland, California, leading Bay County, Michigan 2-0. Upland located between Los Angeles and San Bernardino in Southern California. Just north of Ontario and just south of the San Gabriel Mountains. Upland, a community of 73,000 people as of the 2010 census. And a lot of the young men list their hometown as Pomona, which is the next town directly west. Curveball in for a strike. 5, 6, and 7 due up this time for Bay County. Schumacher leads things off for the young men from Michigan. On a ground ball to shortstop, hit it hard with a drawn-in infield. A runner at third base and nobody out. But since that time, there's really not been much of a threat for Michigan as the count at 2-1. Had a runner at third with nobody out in the bottom of the second. They've had one base runner since then. Count at 3-1.
Lopez needs to make a quality pitch here. Falling behind 3-1. Want to make a quality pitch on a corner, try to get a ground ball out.
Shortstop had to deal with a bit of a late kick, but again, he has got a cannon.
Yes, he does.
Santana fires that ball over to Cern at first base, and there's one down.
Yeah, Lopez makes a good pitch. He throws a fastball in the outside corner, and Mason Schumacher reaches a little bit, hooks a ground ball to the shortstop, Santana, and he bobbles a little bit, but he shows off that strong arm. Nice play.
So Brown, the third baseman. He was at the plate when the squeeze was called. Great job by the catcher and Lopez to throw his hand out. In other words, signal, hey, throw it outside. He's coming down the line. Really not much Brown could do.
Really
line
well
drive
down.
caught. Normally don't talk about a great fielding first baseman, but Cerna has been that today.
Yes, he has. And not only has he done it with the glove, he's also done it with the bat. Good day for the first baseman from California.
California trying to play their way into another day off. They had one yesterday. They could have one tomorrow, knowing they'll be playing on both Tuesday and Wednesday. And if you win this game or the next one, you know at worst you are here for the final day of the tournament.
Which is a position you want to be in.
Birdsall watches that one hop past home plate. 1-1 the count.
Lopez Jr.'s got to make sure when he drops and blocks, he puts that glove in the 5-hole and really flattens out those feet so he gets his butt down so that ball doesn't get through.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Again, rough hop. Shortstop handles it.
He's got a gun.
And fires it to first, and the inning is over. And that is 7 consecutive batters retired by Lopez. Through 5 here in Lafayette, California leading Michigan 2-0 at the 2017 Colt World Series in ISC. When you visit Pepe's Mexican restaurant, you'll be greeted a fun, vibrant family atmosphere. Whether you're joining us for lunch, dinner, or a special occasion, our manageable prices and sizable portions of authentic Mexican dishes will guarantee you won't be leaving hungry. And as always, free appetizers for waiting, because that's just the way we are. So come dine in or carry out. Open 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. every day. Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, located at 2525 Sagamore Parkway in the mall parking lot, Lafayette.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions.
Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
You would almost think the sun's trying to come out towards our west. And the forecast today was for gray skies and rain. We've had gray skies. We haven't had much rain. I'll be happy with what we've got right now. 0-1 the count on a first pitch curveball to Cerna, who has both a double and a home run today.
And neither of those were cheap.
There are no cheap home runs in this park. And not on a day when there's no wind either.
That's right.
If the wind is blowing out to left, if you get a northerly breeze, you might get a little help at this park.
That's correct.
But for it to be blowing out to right, it's got to be blowing from the east, which simply, does not happen in this part of the country. And if it does, run. Bad things are about to happen. 2-1 the count. And Cerna will take the free base. Even though that was just an off-speed pitch that got away from Bernard, that's the best result he's had against Cerna so far today.
That's right.
So Sosa's got a pair of ground ball outs today, one of the third baseman, one of the pitcher. And he might be, and he's showing bunt right now. I was going to say, they might be thinking about moving the runner over and just trying to stretch this lead a little bit more. Sluggo play if he wants to swing at it. He does not. Bernard dots the corner, 0-1 the count.
It's trying to go sluggo, butcher boy, slash, whatever you want to call it. He is your 4-hitter, so we'll see if he puts a bunt down.
1-1 the count. No sign of a bunt. Perhaps 2, 6, then 4. They won't turn it in time. They do get the lead runner. Well played by Michigan, one down.
Nice job there to get the lead runner.
And good job by Sosa hustling down the line.
I would agree. Nice hustle by Sosa. That's when I was wondering if Glish would try to take that himself, but I think he was still far enough away from the base where he made the right decision to flip that to a second baseman.
I think he had to charge that one so much because it wasn't that hardly hit that he
good call.
Kind of took away the opportunity. A little more light on display here at Loeb. That's good to see.
No kidding.
But considering how good the weather was the last 2 days and how good the forecast is for the next 3 days, we had no room to complain about today.
No.
Emilio Mata singled his last time up.
And so far, it's been great today. We can't complain.
High and in tight. Mata able to steer away from that one. 2-0 the count.
Just able to get out of the way of that one. See if Bernard can make a quality pitch here. Ooh.
Just misses. He is not. There's been literally one walk today. It was Prokopenko drew it for Bay County. Both pitchers have been around the zone, and frankly, both teams have been swinging early knowing that's the case. Take it all the way. It's 3-1 as that's a strike. And as we reference, it's just a sample size of 3 games, but for both of these two teams, their starting pitcher has gone the distance every game so far. Now there's starting to be some activity in the bullpen for Michigan. Runner goes, a kind of a protection swing to make sure he could get there. And stealing the bag without a throw is Sosa.
Greg, that's a great call by you. There's no question that was a protection swing. You're just trying to protect this runner, get him down to second base. Now you still have a full count on you. Now you do the damage, get the run in.
Strike 3 called. And that corner's been there for both teams throughout the course of the game.
Yes, it has.
It's the second strikeout for Bernard, and there's 2 down.
It's been a well-played baseball game.
So Lopez, a sacrifice bunt his last time up, and a single in his plate appearance before that. Curveball misses. Lopez, the number 6 hitter. Curveball, a beauty.
Nice overhand, slow breaking ball in there for strike one. 1-1 count.
Looking ahead for Bay County, 8-9-1 for the young men from Michigan due up in the home half of the 6th. Ball blocked. Runner tries to advance. Didn't get that far away, and they got him. Sosa took second. A little too aggressive in trying to go for third. And the inning is over. Through 5.5 at Loeb Stadium. California maintains a 2-0 lead as you're watching the Colt World Series on ISC.
Pepe's Mexican Restaurant is excited to announce new menu items to an already stacked lineup of authentic Mexican dishes. Everything from tossed greens with fruit to a Pepe-style chicken pizza. For you seafood lovers, try the shrimp tacos. For my personal favorite is the barbacoa taco dinner. Whether it's a new menu item or one of our signature selections, be sure to wash it down with a tasty beverage. Whatever your flavor, make Pepe's your stop for lunch or dinner. Located on Sagamore Parkway in the mall parking lot, Lafayette.
Throws for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marriott. There you go.
And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane?
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La Salle.
All alone. Scott got it.
Great look by Coach to break down the defense.
Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden is your local Husqvarna dealer. With us, you'll find a knowledgeable staff that's able to provide quick turnaround service so your business doesn't have to stop. From zero-turn mowers to trimmers and chainsaws, Husqvarna has you covered. And with the fleet program, the more you buy, the more you get in return. With that kind of stability, you can rely on us for the long haul. Get your Husqvarna equipment today at Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden, located at 6292 West County Road 0 in Frankfort.
How's it going? Nice to meet you guys. I have these 2 laptops. We're gonna each download a TV show. I'm gonna download it on Xfinity, and you guys are gonna download it with AT&T Uverse, and we're gonna see who goes faster. Go.
Well, this is a no-brainer so far.
How's AT&T doing?
Struggling.
I'm ready to go. We'll wait for you guys.
Looks like we're gonna be waiting for a while.
Don't let Uverse slow you down. Upgrade to an Xfinity X1 triple play from Comcast and save when you bundle. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
Tomczak, Prokopenko, and Glish, the trio of batters due up this time around for Bay County, Michigan. And their 2 hits both came in innings 1 and 2. In fact, the 2 hits came in the first 4 batters that came to the plate for Michigan. And normally when you get to see a pitcher for a second time, your results gets better. That has not been the case for Michigan. 7 up, 7 down in this second trip through the lineup for Michigan.
Yeah, Robert Lopez has really thrown the ball well. You said there's only been 1 walk in the game. We had an HBP, but really 1 free pass so far in this game. A very well-played baseball game by 2 15- and 16-year-old baseball teams.
By the way, Michigan will have a pinch hitter up next behind Tomczak. In Prokopenko's spot, Morse is on deck. So a pinch hitter momentarily for Michigan. First time, Zach. Ground ball to shortstop his last time up. We saw briefly some activity in Manning in the bullpen an inning or so ago for California, but there is no reason to pull Lopez from this game, how well he has been throwing it so far. That's in for a strike, 1-1 the count. Max says his favorite baseball team, the Tigers, but his favorite baseball player, Giancarlo Stanton. Just off the corner. 2-1 the count.
He's been pretty hot as of late. Saw the Marlins earlier this year at Busch Stadium. I was there in St. Louis for work, and Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run there. One of the hardest balls I've ever seen hit.
Third baseman fields and fires, and the infield play continues to be flawless in both directions today. There's one down.
As you said, man, pitchers are throwing ground balls. Their defense really helping them out, keeping the pace of this game really moving. This good pitching and this good defense.
So Jacob Morse will pinch hit for Prokopenko. Prokopenko walked in his only previous plate appearance, the only walk of the game, going either direction. That's in for a strike. Morse, like almost all of his teammates, says his favorite team, the Tigers, his favorite player, just got traded. J.D. Martinez now playing for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Slashes this one foul.
It's going to get out of play.
Yeah, left fielder and third baseman both head over and couldn't make the play. Says he wants to be a welder when he's done with his baseball days. Plans to stay close to home and attend Saginaw Valley State University, the former training camp home of the Detroit Lions. High and in tight, 1-2.
Now let's see if that pitch there is going to set up the overhand breaking ball right now.
There's not been a base runner since the third inning. And even though this ball was well hit, perfectly playing was Polito in left field. And there's two down.
Couldn't tell if that was a breaking ball or not. But Morse got some barrel on it. Left fielder came running in, but he had to retreat a little bit. Still makes the play fairly easily for the second out of the inning.
And Lopez is now retired the last 9 and 13 of the last 14 batters he's faced.
Wow.
And as the sun is making its debut on this Sunday afternoon, Glish will see Lopez for a third time today, and the results will remain the same as that breaking ball's over for a strike. Trying to bunt his way on for a base hit. Pitcher fields, fires, high throw, did not get back on the bag in time. And that'll be the first error of today's game. But a much-needed base runner, however it were to occur for Bay County.
Yeah, Lopez just gets off the mound and just sails the throw a little bit, and that's the right, I think it's the right call. He couldn't get back down on the base quickly enough.
Well, if Glish steps on that bag with his right foot, that's an easy call. He was trying to avoid Cerna and
there you go.
Almost missed the bag.
There you go.
Popashevsky now. Smacks this one to left field for a base hit. And a bit of a two-out rally now going for Bay County. And the potential go-ahead run comes to home plate in Dorman. And that is the first base hit since the second for Michigan.
And Kwapaszewski just gets a fastball. He just drills right in the 5-6 hole there for a base hit. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Let's see what Lopez does. You're going to have a meeting at the mound with the coach. Wants to make sure everyone's on the same page here. Make sure you throw the right pitch. Big situation, 3-hitter up.
Well, this game's kind of been on cruise control for a while.
Has.
And all of a sudden you go, wait a minute. There's an opportunity here for Michigan.
That's right.
They've had just 3 hits. They've had 5 base runners in total. And this is the first time in the entirety of the game they have had 2 runners on at the same time.
Wow. This goes to show the heck of a job that Robert Lopez has done pitching today. He has been really impressive. And then, like you said earlier, his defense has really helped him out as well. His infield defense hadn't done anything spectacular, but they've made all the routine plays.
So Dorman today, hard hit ball to first base that Cerna, one of the many outstanding defensive plays that he has made, and then struck out looking in the 4th. Blocked by the catcher. No further advance.
Beautiful job there by Lopez Jr.
Outside corner, 1-1.
Nice pitch. Fastball right over the outside part of the plate. Evens the count at 1-1.
And Lopez has been living on the outside corner to righties. He found it there against the lefty. Two and one. And nobody throwing right now in either bullpen. And this one's sprayed foul. 2-2. Both the Netherlands and Korea here getting ready for the finale of this day.
I think you really need to be careful here. Norman takes a good, strong swing. Better not give in because he can punish a baseball.
Throw behind the runner at second. They almost got him.
Wow, that is a very well executed pickoff attempt at second base.
That was close.
That was way too close for the situation.
Take one more look here.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
2-2. Hop to home plate. And the three pitches out of the zone, none of them have went 60 feet.
That's right. I'll tell you, that's that situation. If you get picked off at second base there, you may as well run in the California dugout. Don't go back into your home dugout because it's not going to be good for you.
Swing and a miss.
Nice pitch.
Really the first jam of the day for California. And Lopez pitches his way out of it. To the seventh we go. Score remains 2-0 California on ISC.
I'm on top of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps it giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Greg Rakestraw, Chris Walker with you here on ISC. 2-0 is our score. Those two runs in the top of the third. A single, a double, and a home run in three consecutive batters. The batter that had the double was thrown out trying to advance to third after the run was scored at home plate. And that's the entirety of the offensive damage in this game for both sides.
Just been a really well-pitched game, well-played baseball game. Been a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to call.
6, 7, and 8 due up this time through. The catcher in Lopez, the left fielder in Polito, and the third baseman in Castaneda. And again, Anthony Bernard may not get a win. He may get saddled with a loss, but he's been outstanding today for Michigan.
Yes, he has. I mean, he just needs his offense to help him out a little bit.
It's easier said than done, given how well Lopez is throwing on the mound.
Just got to hope if you're Bay County that last opportunity wasn't going to be your best opportunity.
Robert Lopez Jr. That pitch gets away. 1-0 the count. Again, if this result holds, California is off until Tuesday. Michigan will play Louisiana tomorrow at 5 o'clock. That went off the ground and into the mask of the home plate umpire.
Yeah.
2-0 the count. Two and one. Lopez a single back in the second. Sacrifice bunt in the fourth, and he was at the plate last inning. Outside corner strike 2 call. When Sosa tried to advance on the ball in the dirt from second to third and was summarily thrown out. Lopez reaches out and had to chase the curveball with it being a 2-strike count. An easy play for Kopaszewski. 1 down.
Well, should have been easy, but he came in with the basket catch there. I think he was fooled on how deep this ball was hit, so he came in and he was able to corral it for the first out.
So Pulido to the plate. High and away. Pulido says the Dodgers his favorite team, but Nolan Arenado his favorite player. This one sprayed foul. Only question I have with that is that if the Dodgers are your favorite team, Arenado plays for a division rival.
Yes.
It's the only thing I would point out about that.
Yes.
Hard hit. Third baseman did a great job just to get a glove on it.
Yes, he did.
He is slow to get up. Pulido will have a single and no more. The third baseman is Brown, that is kind of collecting his bearings now that time has been called.
He kind of hit the ground hard when he dove for that. I was hoping to see him glove that because that would have been a heck of a play. I wanted to see him throw that ball across the diamond. Great effort there. Just hits off the heel of the glove, and he's able to keep it close so the runner can only get a single.
That is the first hit since the 4th inning for California. You think it might just be kind of getting the wind knocked out of you, the way he landed.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Castaneda now due up next for California. And a reminder, our final game of the day will follow this one. 30 to 45 minutes after the completion of this game between the Netherlands and Korea. Netherlands making their first ever appearance here in the Colt World Series.
If they can play anything like they did that first game, it's going to be a really great trip to the Colt World Series because they were really impressive in game number 1.
You reference the fact that their head coach has ties to here, but also has spent time playing for the Netherlands in the World Baseball Classic. And a lot of the players from the Netherlands that play in the World Baseball Classic actually from Curacao or the Antilles. It's kind of cool to see and unique to see they won the European zone.
Absolutely. I talked to Mike about that. Mike Dersman, the coach that is, my former team at Purdue, before the series started. And we were joking. I said, man, that Netherlands team in the World Baseball Classic this year, they arguably had the best infield of anyone with, when you think of Didi Gregorius, Xander Bogaerts, Andrelton Simmons, Jurickson Profar. I mean, heck, Didi Gregorius couldn't even play. I mean, he was DHing. He couldn't get on the field. And he's your starting shortstop for the New York Yankees. And so they were impressive. So I talked to Mike, and Mike was like, yeah, I wouldn't have made – he had retired already, but he said, I wouldn't have made this team anyway.
Sizable lead at first for Pulido. And this one sent foul, 1-1 the count.
But all kidding aside, I mean, Mike Dersman could really pick it. I remember when Coach Schreiber found him and brought him over, played shortstop for us. Man, he was a slick fielding shortstop.
Up the middle, could be 2. Step on the bag, 1.
Nice job.
Throw to first. End of the inning. A tailor-made 6-3 double play ball. So Bay County has 2 to keep the game going or 3 to take it outright. We'll check out the defensive handiwork of Glish right here as you're watching the 2017 Colt World Series on ISC.
You have enough on your plate. Let McAllister Rentals' wide selection of equipment help. With an extensive equipment selection and experienced people, McAllister Rentals in the Cat Rental Store is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. You know we can help you with the big jobs, from moving dirt to getting you in the air. But did you also know that we can handle your smaller equipment needs with equipment like generators and water pumps? McAllister Rentals has made its mark with locations throughout Indiana and now Michigan. We pride ourselves on our reliable equipment, fast service, and knowledgeable people. Visit us online today or give us a call. McAllister Rentals, helping build Indiana since 1945.
Makes the play in Puerto Rico. The celebration underway. They're the Colt World Series champions.
Strike three call. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2016 Colt World Series.
Heart of the lineup coming up for Bay County, Michigan. Trying to avoid being shut out. 2-0, all the runs coming through 3 batters in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitching performance has been outstanding, going in both directions today. Koffold, Schumacher, and Brown. Koffold has a double today. Brown hit it hard to the first baseman in one of his putouts today. But in total, there have been 5 base runners today for Michigan.
Can't say enough about what Robert Lopez has done on the mound in this game.
A double, a pair of singles, an error, and a bases on balls. That's it. Want to know the count. But again, you get a couple of runners on and you're a swing away from completely changing the dynamic of the rest of your week.
Yes, you are.
Strike called. Ground ball, foul ball. One and two the count. Koffold, a strikeout victim back in the 4th. 1 of 5 today for Lopez. Excuse me, swing. Fair ball.
Nice job.
It's pretty confident play by the catcher.
Yes, it is.
A lot of guys will look at that and go, hey, spin out a play for me, would you?
Exactly.
He goes, no, I'll pounce on this and get out number 1.
That's what we talked about, man. These kids are well-schooled, well-coached. Nice job.
Well, Frank, this is also what happens when you can play baseball 12 months a year. I mean, there are more reps involved, and you can see that playing off there. There's great coaching and there's great dedication by these kids, but there's also more opportunity as well.
Well said.
Curveball, a beauty. 0-1 the count. Schumacher, a pair of ground balls, a shortstop today. Looking ahead for the fans from California, if this score holds, you would play at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 Pacific on Tuesday against the winner of tomorrow's game between Louisiana and Michigan. So 2 teams that California has already played in this tournament. They were a 9-3 winner over Louisiana on Friday. 2-zip the score right now. Count it 2-2.
Big pitch here by Lopez. Rather not go 3-2 if you don't have to.
Late decision to swing with the right one.
Yes,
he
it
saw the
was.
spin on that ball, that it was coming down.
Well said. Late decision, but the right one. Because if he takes that pitch, he's walking back to the dugout.
Swing and a miss.
Wow.
First time that Schumacher's been retired by way of the K, and Bay County down to a final out. It was Sosa that went the distance on Friday. And Robert Lopez trying to do the same thing today. Round a strikeout and a line drive to the first baseman. Just missed. 1-0 the count.
Huge.
2-0. In the Netherlands and Korea on deck.
Good pitch.
In for a strike.
Good pitch. He's got that breaking ball dialed in.
Yeah, he's probably throwing that 3/4 of the time at this point.
Absolutely.
3-1. Birdsall is the player on deck. I'm not sure if you're Brown, if given how good that curveball has been, if you see a fastball there, I don't blame him for taking a rip at it.
I hear you.
But that misses low. So just the second walk issued of the game. And the tying run comes to the plate in Birdsall.
Just going to say, you have to be careful because you're still in a situation where one swing and a bat can tie the game up at this point. So you want to keep the ball down here, attack the zone, try to get a first pitch strike, and then you work from there.
Ground balls to second and shortstop today for the right fielder. In for a strike.
There's your first pitch strike. Get a fastball. Now you can come back with that breaking ball. Try to get a weak swing or weak contact or strike two, and then you go from there. Did come back with the breaking ball, just missed up and away a little bit.
Which is really a place he hasn't missed with that pitch today.
That's correct.
And again, this is his 7th inning. He could be tiring a little bit, even with optimal pitching conditions today.
Correct.
Cloudy in the upper 60s.
Good pitch.
Fastball got the outside corner, 1-2.
So wait, if you can put another fastball right there, that's going to be hard to do anything with. Because I have to believe that Birdsall is looking curveball right now.
Popped up. First baseman, second baseman calling everybody off and in foul territory. Catch is made by Garza, and this game comes to its conclusion. What a well-played game between these two teams, and for the first time in the tournament, one of them has an L on the column. That'll be Michigan, and they will play Louisiana tomorrow in an elimination game at 5 o'clock. For California, they will next play on Tuesday at 5 o'clock against the winner of that game between Louisiana and Michigan tomorrow. That'll do it for Game 3 of the day and Game 11 of the tournament between California and Michigan. Give us about 30 to 45 minutes, and we'll have you ready for the 4th and final game of the day between the Netherlands and Korea. For Chris Walker and our entire MTC Sports crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Goodbye for now from Loeb Stadium as you're watching the 2017 Colt World Series on ISC.